Hi there, everyone. It is currently the 18th of September 2013, and well, the tropics sure are firing up here across much of the western Pacific. Right now, we have two tropical systems we are continuing to watch. First and foremost, Tropical Storm Usagi continuing to spin there just towards the east of the Philippines. This one is the main topic today. It is expected to become a typhoon within the next 48 to 72 hours, but also a very weak tropical depression towards the south of Hainan. This one, on the other hand, very weak, and I do not expect this to become a tropical storm. The Japan Meteorological Agency still has it upgrading in the next 24 hours, but it is still going to be bringing some heavy rain showers across the Indo-China Peninsula from Vietnam over towards northern Thailand. Tropical advisories are already in place out here, even with this very weak storm system. And then in the long range, something's going to develop all the way out here towards the east along this upper level low that's spinning there. As far as the north, though, cooler weather, very autumn-like if you're out here in Japan. That's all I'm going to say about it. Korea and Japan, temperature is actually getting down into the teens in many areas through the overnight hours, plus very, very dry conditions in place. A big change from just 48 hours ago. Drier advisories in effect across all of Kyushu, the southern Japanese islands, even extending out there towards central Japan as well. Relative humidity below 30%, which is the lowest it has been since the beginning of June. So that's what's going on towards the north. Where's this storm going? Well, it doesn't look like it's going to be recurving towards the north, actually heading out there towards Taiwan or northern Luzon, but today more so Taiwan. I think yesterday I said in the next 24 hours we were going to have a much better picture painted. Well, right now we are seeing the storm system become much more organized. Here on the visible imagery, you can see that symmetrical shape starting to wrap around with it. We had some drier influence on northern periphery yesterday. That's starting to really get filled in with that moisture coming around the storm system, and well, the intensity has been gradually increasing. So with that said, let's take a look at some of the official tracks here. This one from the Japan Meteorological Agency, and yesterday we had it actually looking like it was coming down here towards the south, and we kept saying most of the models were pulling off towards the north, not to mention all the other agencies outside of Agasa. Well, at this time, JMA does expect it to pull off here towards the north, impacting the southern tip of Taiwan. That's really in agreement with their model as well. And, well, it does look like, at least at this time, Taiwan, you're probably going to be getting hit with the full extent of this storm as it does continue to intensify. And even if it does just stay off the southern coastline, as JTWC puts it here with their center line, you're still going to be seeing those typhoon strength winds at the very extreme southern capes out here, and not to mention the heavy rainfall that's going to be accompanying with this storm system as all that moisture continues to push on shore. Remember, the Taiwan, you have these mountains out here, those are very sufficient at squeezing out this moisture and causing some flooding. But also even northern Luzon, you can see just the outer rain bands continuing to push on shore. And just like yesterday, the threat across the Philippines is not going to be so much the wind, but it will be the heavy rainfall, that enhanced monsoonal threat, not only across the Philippines, but even extending out there farther towards western Vietnam with our other tropical depression. But really, I think Manila, you're going to be seeing some heavy rain showers through the coming days as this does continue to track off there towards the north. This is actually taking a look at the GFS model, just showing you that enhanced monsoonal threat going into Wednesday and even Thursday out here. And then, well, our storm just slamming there into the very southern tip of Taiwan, slightly weakening out, and then pushing actually out there towards southeastern China, possibly around the Hong Kong area. Now, this is a different view of that GFS model, just showing our storm system just clipping the southern coast of Taiwan. ECMWF actually has a very similar output with the eye just offshore, really in line with JTWC. Now, the main reason why this is wavering up and down is because we have this high pressure area off there farther towards the north, and that's acting on really the biggest influence on this storm system. Not just with the track, but also the intensity of it. It's really going to be reducing the vertical wind shear as it moves farther off there towards the west, and really you can see that massive high pressure. It's dominating much of Korea and Japan, like I said, bringing that cooler weather out there, but it also is going to keep our storm system and act as a wall and keep it down there towards the south, running along the southern periphery of it. You can see that follows basically the track as of now, running along the southern edge of that high pressure area. So if it's going to waver north or south, that is really, we're going to see that landfall in Taiwan or just off the Luzon Strait, but I think it's weak enough at this point where we're not going to see it farther down there towards the south. If you're in southeastern China from Hong Kong, extending out there towards the northeast, I mean, you really want to continue to keep a very, very close eye on this. Also, while I have this map up, take a look at this system out there. 962 HPA. That's stronger than Typhoon intensity. That is actually the remnants of Manyi. My goodness, this storm really is a beast. Now I say Manyi, but actually Tropical Storm Manyi, or Severe Tropical Storm. I see a lot of media agencies are saying this was a typhoon. At no point when it moved across Japan was it a typhoon. Just want to put that on there and clear that up really quick. So with all that said, well, Japan Meteorological Agency still expects a fairly strong typhoon from Usagi right now, severe tropical storm intensity. If you are here in southern Taiwan, definitely I think typhoon strength winds are very well likely. Now after that though, the agencies still do split, and many of the models do split on how much influence this high pressure is still going to have. But I think that the official track from JMA is a little bit far north still. I think that it's still going to swing farther down there towards the south, possibly around the Hong Kong, Macau area. But really anybody from basically just west of Taiwan extending down there towards Hong Kong and Macau, you really need to continue to keep a very close eye on this. But I think there's the fairly good chance of typhoon intensity winds there. As far as northern Luzon, tropical storm strength winds, but really the main threat, as we mentioned yesterday, is still heavy rain across the Philippines. But that is just the general, outlook on this storm system at this time. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them down in the comment box below. And as always, we are not a WMO approved agency by any means. Actually, the one out here for the Western Pacific is the Japan Meteorological Agency, not JTWC, fun fact. So if you want to look at any latest warnings, please go check them out. And also don't forget to check out your local warnings as well. So thanks for watching, everybody, and stay safe out there.